JJ Redick is officially the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. We knew this, but it's not official until they do the whole introductory press conference and the pomp and circumstances of it all. The biggest news in sports is that JJ Redick is no longer podcasting. He will drop the podcast, both of his podcasts, the one that he did with LeBron James and Old Man and the Three, as he embarks on his new career as a NBA head coach, as he embarks on his new career as a coach. I can say that because he has no coaching experience. He knows that. He made jokes about it. But I thought the best moment of the entire press conference came courtesy of a question that was asked by Claire DeLune, who, if you don't follow her on Twitter/X, you should. She's a great NBA follow. She writes for The Guardian. But she asked JJ Redick what misconceptions about him he's most looking forward to disproving. And we will just let the video play of JJ Redick's response because it was excellent.
Hey, JJ. Claire DeLune with The Guardian. First of all, sorry, right in front of you. First of all, happy birthday. Second of all, what misconceptions or concerns about you that you've heard in the last few weeks are you the most looking forward to dispelling when you're the coach?
It's a valid question, and I've certainly heard everything. It's been a really interesting 6 weeks or so, just in terms of being part of the engagement farming industry. It's been really interesting. However, I don't really have a great answer for your question because I really don't give a honestly. I want to coach the Lakers. I want to coach the team. I don't want to dispel anything. I don't. I want to become a great coach in the NBA, and I want to win championships, and I want my players to maximize their careers. That's all I care about.
2 F-bombs in an opening press conference, immediate fine. Do you think you get fined for an opening press conference if you're a coach and drop an F-bomb?
I think you probably get fined. I think you probably get fined.
I would say immediately worth it.
I think it's worth it. I mean, listen, if it happened anywhere else, I think it's probably getting more negative attention, but it's LA. You got to have your Hollywood moment. It's your introductory press conference, I feel like that he gets a pass.
I almost feel like he should have had aviators on his head.
Yeah.
And in that moment, he put the aviators on and said, I don't give an F, and then got up and walked out. Now, if he got up and walked out, it probably would have been more criticized in that standpoint. But I actually appreciated it because it's just real. It's who he is. And I also like that he said, that's a very, I forget the exact word, valid question.
Yeah.
So you're validating the reporter who's doing her job and asking an excellent question that got an excellent answer that ends up being the moment of that press conference. But you're also being crystal clear that you yourself, even if you internally, somewhere deep within you, are listening to that noise and allowing it to enter your being, externally, you don't care. And you can't care because you're taking one of the most high-profile jobs in sports, and you know that you have no coaching experience. Nobody is telling you anything you don't know. You don't have amnesia.
Right.
You don't suddenly believe that you've been an NBA head coach for the last handful of years. You don't believe that somewhere deep within you, you coached a college program at one point in time. You're JJ Redick.
Yep.
You had a hell of a playing career. You have now been a podcaster. You have been in the media space. And if you are Rob Pelinka with the Lakers, you are looking at that moment and hoping that 5 years from now, we are looking back on it as the beginning of this is why we hired this guy kind of trajectory. It goes one way or the other. We're either thinking man, what a genius move. Remember when JJ Redick said he didn't give an F in the opening press conference? Or we're looking back in a couple of years and thinking, well, this is why we were all a little skeptical of an immediate jump from podcaster into head coach.
Yeah, I wish him the best because if it does go bad, that video will haunt him forever. It'll be...
I will be using that video regularly.
It will be everywhere. Every loss, everything. Oh, I thought you didn't give it.
First fight with LeBron.
Yep.
First any semblance of friction with LeBron or AD. It will be I don't give an F.
Yep.
We could get mixes out of it. Someone really should make a remix out of it. We do that all the time. Turn it into a TikTok sound, turn it into a trending sound. But Rob Pelinka did talk about the notion of certain teams, or just as a league in itself, getting stuck in a sea of sameness. We we've all been stuck in a sea of sameness,
Yes.
of comfortability.
I've been stuck in a sea
You know,
of
I
sameness
love
for
to
a
get
long
my canoe
time.
out, and I
Yeah.
just canoe my way through the quiet, calm waters of the sea of sameness. And there can be a reason for a sea of sameness, because if something has worked, why change it? But things haven't worked for the Lakers in a way that they expect them to. And the expectations are sky high, and they want to be a team that every single year is competing for a championship. And so Rob Pelinka identified JJ Redick as the guy who, as long as LeBron James comes back, is going to be able to situate LeBron in a place where he remains, you know, mythological, I guess is the word I'll use, into the sunset tour of his career. He turns Anthony Davis into the man. JJ Redick used the word the hub of this Lakers team. And then somehow Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura and Max Christie are the very best versions of themselves. And they're able to do it because of the vision of JJ Redick. Like, that's the hope. That's where, you know, Rob Pelinka wants him to be Pat Riley. We heard that for a reason. They want him. They desperately want JJ Redick to be the next Pat Riley. I think a more like direct comparison maybe, and I know it's a name that isn't as sexy as Pat Riley, but like a Doc Rivers, who went from playing to immediately coaching and was coach of the year in his rookie season as a coach with the Magic. Like, they were a 500 team, but they were better than expected.
That's a good call.
You can't make the exact comparison, because going to coach the Magic is a lot different than coaching the purple and gold, the
Right.
Los Angeles Lakers, with LeBron James on the roster. But in terms of coaches who went straight from playing into coaching, and Doc Rivers was someone who went the broadcast route too. So there's, you know, little sprinkles of, hey, this is somebody who did it. Like, the worst case, you don't want him to be Steve Nash, who goes to Brooklyn,
Right.
and Kyrie and KD are saying that they don't have a real head coach because this is a collaborative effort. You don't want LeBron and AD at some point this season saying, you know, we see JJ Redick as our peer, actually. We're all here. He turned 40 yesterday. He's a 40-year-old man. We just had a 35-year-old head coach win a championship,
Yeah.
which is... It continuously blows my mind
That
that
is
Joe
wild.
Mazzulla's 35
That
years old.
is-
but-
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.